Moving on to some other news we are tracking here on DD India News App. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Ethiopia in his second leg of his three-nation visit. The visit will not only bring an opportunity to strengthen bilateral ties, but will also expand trade and investment opportunities through the exchange of key MOUs in various sectors. DD India's Deepika had an exclusive conversation with Mr. Anil Kumar Rai, India's ambassador to Ethiopia and the African Union, who talks about the importance of Prime Minister Modi's visit, India's support to the African Union being the voice of the Global South, and what more we can expect from the upcoming visit to the Horn of Africa. Take a listen.
Hello and welcome to our exclusive segment on DD India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Ethiopia on the 16th and the 17th of December. And right now we have with us Ambassador Anil Kumar Rai, who is the Indian ambassador to Ethiopia and the African Union. Sir, a very warm welcome to DD India. First of all, when we talk about the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that is happening after the year 2011, tell us about the importance of an Indian Prime Minister and especially Prime Minister Narendra Modi coming to Ethiopia.
You have rightly pointed out that this is the first visit by the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to Ethiopia, and this is the first visit in the last 15 years to this country. But this does not mean that there has been a disconnect. Both the countries has been in continuous talk and engagement. Our high-level engagement has always been quite active. So the visit of the Prime Minister brings a new dynamism, and this is taking place at a time when Ethiopia has come through a homegrown economic reform, which has opened up its various sectors of economy, including banking, finance, capital market, industries, and through this a large number of relaxation of rules has taken place in the field of economy, trade and investment. So this gives us sufficient opportunity to see that which are the areas which may emerge as important sectors of cooperation. But at the political level also, both the countries have been continuously remained engaged at the highest level, and His Excellency Dr. Abiy Ahmed has been the participant in the Voice of Global South, and the Finance Minister of Ethiopia has also participated in various versions of Voice of Global South. So we have been collectively raising the issues of the developing country at the bilateral, multilateral and at the global level. So we see that this visit will further strengthen the understanding, and it will pave the way for cooperation in multiple areas, which starts from agriculture, manufacturing, skill development, mining, IT, and the frontier sciences like artificial intelligence and machine learning.
When we talk about bilateral ties, from South-South cooperation to voice of the Global South, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has laid a special emphasis towards the Global South. And back in the year, during the G20 summit, when New Delhi hosted it, African Union was made a part of the G20. How important that has been for the entire African Union, and what have been the benefits that the EU, the African Union, has witnessed since then?
Africa-related issues were continuously being developed at various forums, including G20. But it was a very, a difficult situation where the other countries are talking about Africa without the presence of African Union. So this specific challenge was picked up by Modi ji, and he spearheaded a strong diplomatic move to bring Africa into the African Union into G20, and we have projected and we have also strengthened the argument that today the Africa needs an Africa-led, Africa-owned and Africa-driven solution to the African issues. So the presence of African Union is further strengthening this argument which has been put forward by India. Coming to the basic developmental issues which India has overcome, and the path on which India has embarked, which is high growth rate, sustainability and taking care of the populations, particularly through creating important social safety nets, are the ideals for the Africa which they want to implement in their own countries. And if you see, then the developmental challenges which India has overcome are the developmental challenges of Africa today. Let me start with the health. So neglected and tropical disease, vector-borne disease, malaria, TB, these are the diseases which we have overcome, or we have managed to control it in a very efficient way, and these are the highest health burden in Africa. If you talk about digital connectivity, so digital connectivity in India has brought a cardinal change in the way we conduct our business. It has become a source for identifying the people, and through that DPI backbone we have launched many projects, including providing them subsidy, education, health, and also identification of our citizens. So similar kind of schemes Africa also wants. If you talk about the manufacturing and metallurgy sector, so we have done remarkably well, and these are the things which Africa want to emulate.
Various companies, private players, private entities are already playing a key role in Africa, with more than 150 active companies investing, especially in Ethiopia when we talk about. How do you see the bilateral trade growing in such a framework where both the sides, both the stakeholders are benefiting from each other?
So India's bilateral trade with Ethiopia is roughly $600 million, which is not the reflection of the full potential. And there are many areas where both the countries can cooperate. As of now, there are roughly 650 companies which are registered with Ethiopian Investment Commission. Our investment on the ground is roughly $4 billion, and the committed investment is roughly $6.5 billion. More than 20,000 of Ethiopians are directly employed by Indians. So what we see is that the homegrown economic reform of Ethiopia has opened up new sectors: banking, finance, IT. So these are the sectors where I see that there is a large scope for Indians to come and invest.
India aims to become a developed nation by the year 2047, and we have also in front of us Agenda 2063, the Africa that everybody wants to see. How do you see both of them going and gelling along, especially when we talk about both the fastest developing sites coming along, both supreme powers coming along, and Prime Minister's special visit on the invitation of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed?
So Agenda 2063 is the agenda of the African Union. So on that front, we are having a separate set of discussions with the African Union. In the first week of December, a delegation from African Union visited India for further discussions on how and when to conduct the India-Africa Forum Summit, 4th version. And 2026 is the year which has been identified by the African Union to do it in India. So if I talk on this Agenda 2063, you have rightly mentioned that Africa wants to emerge from the shadow of poverty and become a beacon of growth. So by using its own resources, through its own means, and all the avenues of cooperation are open. We have a very strong and vibrant diaspora in almost every country of Africa. So we have reasonably much better information on the situation on the ground. And I feel that our diaspora will become the engine of growth and one of the strongest element of cooperation between both the African continent as such and India as a subcontinent.
So culture, diaspora, charisma and cuisine are also going to be on focus. Also tell us about the expected memorandum of understandings which can be signed during Prime Minister's visit.
So we are in discussions with Ethiopia on various issues of cooperation, and some of the MOUs are still under discussion. So we expect that by 16th you will come to know that what are the areas on which we are going to formally agree. And but let me tell you that even we have a very wide-ranging agenda, and in coming months you will see that many such cooperation agreements will certainly come up.
All right, thank you so much, Ambassador Rai, for talking exclusively to DD India ahead of Prime Minister's visit. So there you heard Ambassador Anil Kumar Rai, who talked about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first ever visit to Ethiopia. We talked about Agenda 2063. We talked about the fastest developing nations and what more to expect beyond this visit. With camera person Shubham and Lalit, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.